for me, I want that person.
It's a real good story.
Yes.
No, I'm glad he lived. But the award.
Good point.
I'm switching my answer now. There we go.
I was going to say you want it because you're so sweet and innocent.
Travis.
There's a semi. Game on!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Squad Pod.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Lysandra?
I'm so happy to be here tonight. I've had a long weekend and I was really looking forward to this. So much to talk about today.
Oh my gosh. I know, it's crazy. So much going on. Before we get started, we always like to remind you to subscribe, follow us on YouTube. That's the best place you can go. Obviously through X and through Facebook Live. We also stream there as well. We are at The Real Squad Pod on X. Trying not to do it. It just happens. You can find us there as well. Our website is still down. So, that's fighting with the powers that be. But we will get that up and running for you again really soon. Before I introduce our guests, I'll just give you a little breakdown of what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah.
So we have two guests tonight. We are, of course, going to talk a little bit about the women's Final Four, the men's, final. We've got the Eclipse, Guardians, but of course, Wrestlemania. That was the big draw this weekend. We're so excited. We've got a little throwback wrestling for you as well. So our first guest that we have tonight has never been on before. He's a first-time guest. He is a retired professional wrestler. His wrestling career goes back to the early 90s. He was a 3-time NWA champion. He was an AIW champion. He was a top 5 wrestler by Pro Wrestling Illustrated in 2014. In 2011, he was actually in a short film, and this made me giggle, called Everyone Wants Her Dead. That sounds like an Oscar winner there. So now you can find him on the Burning River Browns Talk podcast and on the Stew Pot through Rumble video. So let's welcome our friend Lou Marconi.
Okay, and then, my welcome is going to be for the both of them, and then we also have
Ed. We have Ed in Columbus also with us tonight.
Let me go ahead and welcome them really quick.
Yes. And Ed is one of the hosts of the We Like Sports podcast and the Dog Chug. So let's welcome them both in.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi. Hey. Thanks for having me on.
Of course.
So great to see you guys.
It is. It is. So we always kick off with our, I always say quote unquote table talk.
Yeah.
And go through some recent happenings. So the first thing we want to talk about is this weekend in Cleveland, this Final Four. Oh my gosh. Most watched women's basketball game since 1992, was it?
Probably.
Was it that long ago? Was it really?
Yeah, I think that was the dream team, wasn't it?
Yeah, beat out the men's final last night.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of that final game with Iowa and South Carolina? Did it turn out the way you expected, Lou?
Me? Yeah, pretty much. Well, I knew there was going to be a big audience for it because Caitlin Clark is a star and she has drawing power. So pretty much what I expected. And I honestly, the controversy with the game with Iowa winning in the semifinals, I could see that generating a lot of interest because controversy always generates interest as well. So it was what I expected. It was interesting. It was definitely entertaining to watch. What about Ed? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. First thing I want to say is his reign may be over with, but mine isn't. Acknowledge me. Now,
wow.
No.
The best location in the nation, in the spotlight, women's Final Four couldn't have been better. You know what? Games were great. Now, there was obviously controversy, but like Lou said, controversy is a great thing. And obviously having the women's game have more viewers than last night's men's national championship game. Hey, women's got next, and they're showing out and they're showing up, and it's great. And to do it in the greatest city in the United States, my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio, couldn't have been better.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up too. Last night, the final UConn Purdue game for the men's on, so late at night. Some of us weren't staying up for that. But it also brings me to the topic of, I want to talk to you guys and thank everyone that participated in our Bougie Sports March Madness bracket. So we love when we put something out there and you guys sign up and you engage with us, and we love that. So congrats to Scott Sargent for winning the first place, and then our friend Ed in second place, both guests and previous guests of the squad. So that was great. But I did not stay up and watch any of that game last night. Did you guys?
I watched some of it. It seemed like UConn had it well in hand, and I was like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
I was all about the women's game. I'm still
it was a lot more competitive. It was a lot more competitive, that's for sure.
Yeah. I used to play basketball. I mean, all the way up till high school, and then I did pick up games up until I blew my knee out.
You're still hustling. I hear you're still hustling on the street.
Hey, every day I'm hustling, man.
Every day. Yeah.
But my heart was full as a former basketball player, because I've never thought I'd see the day where women would actually get the spotlight like this. I remember playing against the boys ever since I was a little girl, and it was always, just getting harassed because I was usually the only girl on the court, and girls can't play ball and girls can't do this. And, and for a while, I'm not going to lie, for me, it was a little hard to watch just because it just seemed a little slower than the men's game. But now the speed of the women's game and the skills that these women are possessing now on the court is amazing. And they have most certainly caught up to the game as far as the speed of the men's game. I mean, I don't know. I was just in awe of it, and I loved every minute of it.
Well, I did too.
I think what makes the women's game, to your point, seem like it's sped up some is, I always say this, and I have such vast coaching knowledge. I coached my son up until like third grade or whatever like that. But my vast coaching knowledge, I always say this. It's a lot easier to move and be faster when you pass the ball. And one thing about the women's game is great is the fundamentals. They can actually make free throws. They actually pass the ball. They actually, work the ball around the way it's supposed to be, instead of this hero ball that you see with the men's game. And
the men's game, the men's roll and rolling out to the 3-point, and it gets kind of stagnant. And you are absolutely right about the fundamentals of the women's game. They have the great footwork. They have, Caitlin Clark's cross-court passes on a fast break is just a thing of beauty.
She's an excellent player. She's fun to watch.
Amazing. Yep. And yesterday, then we move ahead to yesterday. Huge day. Huge day Eclipse-wise, obviously.
I was there.
Us being in the total path here in Cleveland, but also the Guardians. So let's start with the Guardians, since we're on the sports talk. But Guardians winning 4-0.
Yes, I saw the highlights. Looking good.
I wasn't downtown yesterday. I avoided downtown.
I didn't either. I thought about it and I changed my mind.
We just stayed close by. We stayed off the road and everything.
Yeah. Probably. And it ended up being okay. Everything ended up being okay. But so the Guardians win 4-0. I almost said Justin Bieber. Shane Bieber is out. Justin Bieber's out.
Just want somebody.
Justin Bieber and Shane Bieber, yeah.
Oh my God.
I've done that too. Lana, I've done that too. I've called them Justin Bieber. I'm like,
just name the song and I'll sing it. Let's go.
Yes.
I love
you know what they call karaoke?
Is it too late now to say sorry?
What's it mean?
Karaoke in Japanese means asshole with microphone.
Then I'm never mind.
As long as you love me.
That's why we have podcasts. That's
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's either this or OnlyFans, so here I am. So.
Me too. I'm not going down that road.
Hey.
So how
a lot of old ladies pay a lot of money, but go ahead.
About Shane Bieber. Shane Bieber being out. Are you really concerned about Shane Bieber being out? Is there real concern?
He's done for the year. Yeah. So
Yeah, Tommy
Yeah.
John surgery.
yeah, I'm more concerned about him coming back. I mean, can he come back from this? I mean,
True.
I'm more.
then this year's done. I just think forget it. He's
I'm
gone.
more sad about what we would possibly lose in a trade. Let's be real. Okay, look, I think this Guardians team was, whether we're in contention or not. I always think that the trade possibility of Shane Bieber. Let's be real. I think it was his time probably this year. So here's the thing: now that he's hurt, we don't get those prospects back. We don't get a major league ready player back. We just got to hope that he gets better. And that's the thing. It's like we could have used his 10 wins before we traded him, and then on top of that, we could have used the prospects that we would have got back in the trade. So that's what really hurts. It compounds the problem of the Guardians, because one thing I'll say about the Guardians, they have the front office where they always are in rebuild mode. When you're a small market club, you can have the Yankees or the Dodgers. You can't spend your way out of trouble. But the one thing that they've been doing over the last 10 to 12 years is, they're rebuilding always, but they're competing at the same time. And that's what makes it fun. And Shane Bieber was going to be a part of that. And losing him and losing the prospects that we might have gotten back from and the haul that we would have got for him, that's what hurts us long term. And that's what really kind of sucks.
Well, Sherry was asking, speaking of long term, can you explain a Tommy John surgery for some of the people out there that don't know what that is?
I'm not a doctor.
From what I gathered, a Tommy John is kind of like tearing your ACL in your elbow, kind of. But, but the surgery, the recovery time is well over a year or something like that. So.
Yeah, he'd be lucky to be back sometime next year.
Yeah.
He would be.
Yeah.
Like mid-year, maybe by all.
And that's the thing. Like nowadays, back in the day, obviously Tommy John was the first to have. That's why they named it after him. But it was almost career, sometimes career. But nowadays, with these kids, the way they throw the ball, sometimes the doctors are saying, have the Tommy John surgery when you're young, and then you won't have to worry about it as your career goes.
How old? How old is Bieber? How old is he?
Oh, I looked that up. I thought.
Yeah, I know he's been around, but I don't think he's that old.
How old is Shane Bieber?
So look at that. Look at that.
Hey, Justin. She didn't say 28.
I almost said Justin Bieber again too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Easy to do.
28.
Yeah, he's not a spring chicken then.
No. But it's hard to say. Yeah.
And Tristan McKenzie did well yesterday.
We needed that.
Here we go. There's a ligament called the UCL, which pales in comparison to the ACL. Obviously, it can be a potential career killer.
Ooh.
Noah Syndergaard.
There you go.
Yep.
Thorium.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah, thank you, Nate. That's what it was. I remember UCL. It's something with a CL in it. It wasn't A, but it's a U.
One of the CLs.
Yes.
Sure.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Right?
It's a big blow. It's a big blow. It really
it's
is.
huge. It's like
It is. So and are they winning now? I don't even know. Last I checked, they were not winning. The Guardians.
Let me look it up. I can look it up.
I don't even know.
It is 5-5.
Okay.
In the bottom of the 7th.
Okay. All right. So that's where we're at currently, everybody, with the Guardians. Because
Yes.
I know you're watching us and not the Guardians right now.
You can have
so.
the game on in the background and
I
have us
mean,
on
We'll
your phone.
keep you up to date, right?
We'll send Lou over to your house if you're not watching us. Well, they send me over, but I'm not going to do much.
Yeah. Well, you could tell someday I will have teenage daughters. So I have 2 girls.
Me too.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's getting ready.
Good luck to you.
Oh.
3 years
And those
for
two.
me.
I have a teenage daughter. And
3 years apart. Mine are 2 years. They're 8 and 6 right now. And when we went to the park to watch the eclipse, they wanted to hang out with their
We're
friends.
going to need to exchange phone numbers so that we can call each other and talk about how awful it is to have
teenage girls.
They
I have a
will
teenage boy, but yeah.
Yeah, well, oh God. Boy, you only have to worry about one.
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah, right. With girls, you got to worry about all of them. So
the field. You got to worry about the field.
Because being a father, you got to understand. I was a teenage boy. I know what teenage boys think. I know what they think like. So
that's exactly what my husband says.
Yes.
So he passes on the knowledge.
Your husband
to
and I should get together. Yeah, it's like, hey, look, no.
Yep, he's passing on the knowledge and all the lines that they use.
And if there's a boy that's afraid to date them because of me, that means he doesn't have good intentions anyway. So
that's absolutely right.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Sherry goes, I'm not a teenage girl anymore. No, Sherry.
No.
Unfortunately.
No.
Sad. It's sad that we are not.
Oh, man.
It's always funny because I end up having to enforce things sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I love tailgating before Browns games.
You're automatically security then. Right?
Pretty much,
Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
pretty
He
much.
is.
Yeah.
So let's move into our wrestling conversation.
Oh,
That's what I'm here
yeah.
for. Yes,
Let's
that's what I'm
kick
here
off
for.
our should we go into the throwback? We starting throwback or we starting Lou?
We're starting with Lou.
With
And
me.
then we're
Okay,
moving
yeah,
into
Lou.
throwback.
With
You
me.
can't.
Okay.
Oh, look.
This is
when
Oh,
you
there it
guys
is.
met.
Yes. Yes.
That's when we
Yes.
met at West
Yeah,
6.
and I was hunching down. Yeah. West 6. Yeah, that was before the Baltimore game, I think, right?
Yep. Yep. Such a
Yeah.
good time that day.
Except for the game.
Yeah, besides the game.
The art started. It was like
Besides the
I was
game,
like,
but-
I had to do an article about it, and I was like, God, what do I
Damn
write?
game got in the way.
Yeah.
Sure
yeah.
did. It's terrible.
Yeah.
And before we get started, you can click onto the next picture there, Lysandra. But
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did
Okay.
want to ask you, Lou. So was your wrestling name always the Big Stew, or did you have other?
Beef Stew was a high school
Beef
nickname
Stew.
that followed me in the wrestling my first couple of years in wrestling. It's always been Lou Marconi, but some people called me that because it was a high school nickname. Because I started wrestling at 19. I was very young.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was very young when I got into it. There's been guys that were younger than me going back to the 80s, but it was
Oh, sure.
yeah, but that's what it was. It was not always that. I went by Lou Marconi pretty much because they're trying to figure out a name for me, but then they sat down and they're like, "You've got a cool name. Do you want to use your real name?" I said, "Sure."
Why don't we just use your
That's my
name?
yeah, just use your name. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, wasn't there one named Captain Lou?
Captain
Captain
Lou
Lou
Albano.
Albino. Whatever.
Yeah. Got to meet him.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
cool.
I met him once. Good guy. The coolest thing that I ever had happen was when I met Bruno Sammartino. You know what I'm talking about, Ed?
The longest reign of champion. Yep.
Yep. This was before he passed away. I want to say it
Oh.
was about 17 years ago. And I went up to him. I said, "Sir, it's an honor to meet you. My name is Lou Marconi." He has this like really talks like this. He's like, Lou Marconi. That's a great name. Lou Marconi. I said, "Well, it's my real name." He goes, "Oh, that's even better." And he hugged me.
Oh.
He hugged me. I'm like, "This is Bruno Sammartino hugging me." The guy's a legend in the pro wrestling business. So that was people ask me like, "What was your greatest moment in wrestling?" I said, "That was it. That was it for me. That was
That
it."
was it.
If my dad would have been like, "Get out of here."
It beats getting
Yeah.
body slammed, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that
Check
was
out young Lou.
Look
Yeah.
at
young.
young
That
Lou.
was about 10 years ago. Yeah. That was no, maybe 12 years ago. Durham, North Carolina. What's that? What? That is
Ed
fanboy.
is fanboy.
Yeah, there you go.
Fanboy. Oh no,
Oh, geez.
that's cool.
Lou's cool.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of
that's me.
fangirling here. I have like
We love all this.
Yeah.
Yeah. cool.
Baby Lou,
I think
Sherry
'cause-
said.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This was for Gouge Wrestling, and that was in Durham, North Carolina. I don't even remember that picture being taken, but I saw, oh, it's a cool pic. Thanks. Somebody sent it to me.
That is cool. I like pictures you're not looking right on.
Oh yeah.
But there is one of Ed or Lou in action. I'm all talking about Ed. Oh my god.
Me in action. Is it any
Yeah. There
Oh,
we
no.
go.
good?
Where
Oh
is-
yeah.
What is
That's
this?
Wake Forest, North Carolina. That was for Gouge, and that was a Texas death match.
It
Secret
looks
Line.
that way.
Awesome.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
blood.
that's the wrestler's name had the greatest name ever. Seymour Snot was his name.
I see more blood there. I see
Yeah.
more
Oh yeah. I was bleeding, and that was a cool picture. Yeah, that was at. It was so funny. There's a story behind that because I won the match, and my face was all covered in blood. My wife did not know I was going to bleed. I didn't say anything to her, and she almost threw up. So, but I had to get to the locker room area. This was like a sports complex, so I had to walk through an indoor soccer field, and there's all these like Mexican soccer players playing, and they see this bloody face luchador walking by, and they're all like looking at me, and I'm like, I'm okay, I'm okay. That's what I said to them. They're like, yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
man.
do have to ask because as I'm looking at this and I see things like this really quick, I'm going to show you.
I don't like this.
Yeah, that hurt.
Okay, so
That hurts.
so with that said, I know that pro wrestling is scripted, but I know that some of that shit hurts.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
what are the most painful moves? Because I want to.
It depends on who's executing them, to be honest with you.
Really? Okay.
The art of it is you can make it look like you're destroying somebody,
Yeah.
but you don't even feel it. They really don't feel it. And
Whoa.
That's
let me
what's
think.
so great about wrestling. It's like I love it.
Yeah, believe it or not, my first WWF match. This was back in '94. That
Uh-huh.
was the hardest I ever got hit in the ring, and it was a mistake because I
Oh,
was
it was
in
a
the ring with
botch?
Yeah, it was a botch. It was Bob Holly, but he was Sparky
I
Plug at the
know. Yeah.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, but no,
Mm.
I got to tell this story because I was only 14 months in the business, green as grass, and they gave me they weren't even going to let me wrestle. They said, "Okay, let's put on your stuff and get in the ring. Let's see what you can do." So I did a couple spots, and they went, "Okay, you can work tonight." They put me in the ring with Bob, and Bob went over what he wanted to do, but he's supposed to tell me what to do out there. He's supposed to throw me off the ropes and call the spots.
Mhm.
I told a wrestler, I don't know if you know who Chris Hamrick is. You ever heard of him?
I've heard of the name
Yeah,
actually.
I met him that night, and we've been friends ever since. I said, "Yeah, I got the Sparky plugged in." And he goes, "Oh man, watch out! He'll throw you off the ropes. He won't say anything to you. Watch the knee. Watch this. Watch that." So he mentally prepared me for it. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm in front of 10,000 people. Might have had like 5 or 6 matches under my belt. He threw me off the ropes. Didn't say a word. I saw him set up for an elbow. I took it, and then he's trying to spit out and tell me what to do. I started calling the spots in the ring, and I started going through it, and the the thing is, he went from corner to corner, and I was supposed to charge in, and he kicked me. He hit me with a kick to the chin, and
Oh.
I saw like a white flash. He hit
Oh.
me so hard.
Oh.
People thought he knocked me out, and I'm like, and he goes, and then all of a sudden I felt blood coming down my chin, and I'm just like, I just looked up. I said, I'm okay. So we went on. We went on for a couple more minutes. We finished the match. He came back. He's apologizing up and down. He said,
Yeah.
"Thank you for everything out there," because basically the whole match could have been a dumpster fire. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I kind of kept it together. I did what I was trained to do, and I
Yeah.
guess Earl Hebner was the referee. Went to the
Oh,
road.
the legendary, or
Yeah,
yeah.
Earl Hebner was the
Yep.
referee. He went to the road agent, who was Tony Gurria at the time, and said, "The kid called the match." I heard him
Wow.
say that, and nothing else was said to me. A couple weeks later, Charlie pulled me aside, where because I was at the wrestling school in Marion, Ohio, and Charlie said, "Come here." Yeah, WWF called. I was like, "Oh, what did I do? Fuck." And he's like, "You did good." He
And
said,
that's like
he
the
goes,
biggest
Oh,
That's a
honor.
good feeling.
"That
Isn't
was
that
that's
like when they say that you
awesome.
well,
carried
you
the match? That's like the biggest honor you can have,
Yeah,
too.
Right?
he said, "You did
Yeah.
good." They said, "You could have fell apart, that you
Yeah.
impressed a lot of people." They said, "Get him more experience and lose the baby fat," because I might have had some baby fat on me. No, that's what they said, because you had
Yeah.
it's the way you look. 2 years
Yeah.
later 2 years later in '96, I wrestled for him on a regular basis. They brought me in all the time. But the whole point was, because that first year when I was in the business was probably my hardest year, because my family thought I was crazy. Like, "What are you doing?" No, I wasn't. You don't walk in the door and get respect right away. You have to earn it.
Right. You have to
Yeah.
work for that
You
shit.
got to work for it. You got to earn it. And they treat. I didn't think anybody there liked me. To be honest with you, they didn't even call me by my name most of the time. But I remember being told before I went to these TV tapings, they pretty much pulled me aside and they said, "You make him look bad. You make us look bad. You're done." I mean, I was getting the riot act before I didn't even
It's
do anything.
serious.
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, I understand. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm here to do." So once that happened, I was in. I was
Right.
fine.
Mhm.
So
Because it's like being a dance partner. Because when you're in the ring, it's like having a dance partner, and
Yeah.
it is.
you
It
gotta,
is.
yeah,
I
have
could
that
make
synergy.
that guy could make you look like $1 million, or he
Yep.
can make you look like a pile of crap. It's really what it is.
Mhm.
It's who you're in
And
there
the
with.
other part is holding it together when a botch happens
Yeah,
and
and I
keeping that
held it
match
together.
going.
Well, I did notice
That
if it's on TV, they went wide because of the blood. I
Oh,
see, because
wow.
it was for syndicated television. It was for
Mhm.
Wrestling Challenge at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it
like one
was
of those main event nights?
yeah.
Mhm.
I love those.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those. But yeah, that was probably that, because I remember I was so mad after that, because I'd be like, "God damn, but this guy's making money I could dream of, and I had to carry him, and I had to do this,
Yeah.
and but man, Bob and I were fine after that, because he appreciated it. And
Yeah,
uh,
good.
well, sometimes you can have a situation in front of you, and it could either be an opportunity or a crisis, however you want to look at
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
It was an opportunity, and I took advantage of it. So
True.
that was
I
that
have
I got stories. Trust me,
And
we
that
can go
shit
all night.
hurt too, by the way. That
It
shit
did.
hurt.
Okay.
I
I
was
have
like,
another
wow.
question then,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
I
yes,
know the chest chops have to hurt too.
they do. They sting.
Ooh, yes.
Okay. Because I'll never forget, I watched an episode of Tough Enough, and I saw, I don't know who it was, but Big Show was doing chest chops on everyone.
Oh, Jesus. Paul, God, he's got those big hands. Yeah.
Oh my God. One of the guys was like,
it hurts most when they're mean to or not, it hits your nipple. That stings. That stings. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's not a hard move to sell then.
No, you're just like, yeah, you just sell it. But yeah, sooner or later.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Paul White, good guy.
Paul White,
Yeah.
Cherry remembers the Big Show.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about Big Show.
I got tons of stories, guys. I mean, I usually
awesome.
I get asked about ring rats too. So.
Oh.
You know what that is?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
They're like groupies, right?
Yes. They're called ring rats. You never heard that term?
I have.
No.
You have, yeah. They're called ring rats. Yep.
Like sack chasers, groupies, ring rats.
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of names for them.
Yeah. How can I put this? Because I'm married now. Well, no, I actually had to I've been with my wife we've been together for 15 years. We've been married. It'll be 11 years in June. When we first started dating, I had to sit her down. It was going well. When things are going well, I said, okay, this is going good. Let me just get this conversation out of the way. Let me sit down and talk to you about this.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, let me just tell I was in my 20s. I wasn't married. I was single. I was on the road a lot. I was a good looking guy. It's just, what are you going to do? And I said, but I've looked back on it now. I'm way happier now than I was back then.
Yeah.
You don't feel good after one night stand or anything like that. I had to give her a body count, and she thought about it. And I said, look, I'm telling you now because I like the direction this is going. I don't want to hold off doing it. Then it's going to be even harder to tell you. And I don't want it to ruin it later because it ruined a lot of relationships for me. And and she just thought about it and she was, have you been tested? And I said, yes, I was tested twice and I'm clean. Because I always
them rats, man, them rats have
protected. Well, I was selective. There was guys that weren't selective. I was. So
it's good to have standards.
And I'm sure some of them had multiple rats in a night. If you know.
At one time.
A rat infestation.
Well,
called an orgy.
Do you want me to? Yeah. Do you want me to go into details?
No.
Yeah. But no,
I'll never tell you no.
I've heard that lifestyle is crazy.
It is.
I remember watching a documentary where Randy Orton had won the championship, I believe, when he was 19, and he was a young, champion, and people were warning him of the fast lifestyle that comes with being the champion and being so young.
Just being an undercard guy
and
like
so
me
many of these wrestlers did so many steroids and a lot of coke and all this, and you're seeing like all of these.
I didn't do drugs.
All of my childhood heroes that I watched wrestling, they're dropping. Like, it sucks because it would be awesome to have a Macho Man at the WrestleMania, or Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
But
it is a fast lifestyle. You're right.
It is.
You're right, Lissandra. I would say this, that because keep in mind, growing up, I was very shy with women. I was very shy with girls growing up and everything. It's just you probably wouldn't believe that now. There's only 2 times in my life when I was the one that initiated the relationship. Like I asked them out. It was my wife and it was one other girl. And then I didn't have to. They came to me. Yeah. I didn't make anybody do anything that I didn't want to do. Most of the time, I didn't even have to take my pants off.
The rats flock to you.
It was, yeah. Yeah. You want to know how I got my job at ECW? Paul Heyman looked at me and he said, he has the best baby face look since. Yeah, he says you have the best baby face look since Mikey Whipwreck, and that was.
I love Paul Heyman. He's always in character.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him on First Take, and he was still like the douchey, slimy businessman.
That's him. That's Paul.
Yes, I love it.
Hall of Famer now. Hall of Famer.
That was an amazing speech.
I love it.
He's a good. He's a guy in the business that knows what he's doing. going.
Yep.
So, but I was just kind of giving that lifestyle because there's a series called The Dark Side of the Ring that talks about.
I've seen
Yes,
some of
I
those.
saw
There's one on
maybe
tonight.
one or two episodes.
But
Oh, is
Christopher-
there? I'll have
yeah.
to watch that. I haven't watched that.
Dark
I'll
Side of the Ring
It's-
is definitely
The Montreal screw job was one of the things they talked
Mhm.
about. And then
Yeah.
I'll just check that
They
out.
talked about all of them. A lot of those kinds, like, do you remember that documentary called Beyond the Mat? With Jake the
Yes.
Snake?
Mhm.
Yes, I've heard of
Yeah,
I remember that.
because it gets darker and darker. Sometimes we kind of go into that
Mhm.
abyss. Keep in mind,
Yeah.
I had to take time off when I was 27 because I was having chronic back spasms,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they kept giving me pills.
Yeah, they just
Yeah,
feed them to you.
that
They
happens.
just kept feeding me pills. They kept
Yep.
feeding me pills, and eventually I was building up a tolerance. So we'll give you something stronger. And I pushed back. I went,
Yeah.
I don't want any
Not
more
many
pills.
people can do that, Lou. That
I did
takes
it.
a really
I-
strong-minded person to be
I did.
like,
I did that. I didn't like the way they made me feel. I just didn't. So they sent me
Mm.
to Metro to Tim Walsh, who was a physical therapist. And it turns out my right
Interesting.
leg was a half an inch longer than my left leg, and he
Oh.
corrected it. That's why
oh,
I was getting the spasms because of all the slams. The joint was slipping. But anyway, I know you guys. I just went off on a Cody
Yeah, I
tangent.
love
No,
it.
that's okay.
Love it.
I just, but
No,
that's
we're good.
kind of
We're
like
good.
I needed time off to rehab, and it was interesting because one of the exercises I was doing because I had to build up the smaller muscles to keep the joint in
Mhm.
place. And
Mhm.
with I was doing exercises that pregnant women do, like Kegel exercises. It was so funny. And
Those are
it
so
was
good to
just
do,
like-
ladies.
it was just
yes,
like,
it is. You got to keep that pelvic floor strong.
yes,
Keep
yes,
doing
I
those.
was doing these. I
And
said,
your wife's
I said,
happier because of
yeah,
it to this
yes,
day.
yes.
Hey, he's
60-minute man.
That's hilarious.
yeah.
Now
Oh,
we
no,
do
we
have
forgot.
some more we have
Yes.
throwback, but
That's why that
non-Lou
works so well.
throwback.
Yeah, let's go through it.
What's
Because we
this?
got
What's
some
this?
good stuff here.
Oh, okay.
So
Let's see.
Oh, Brett.
This-
Okay,
Hitman
the
Hart.
That's Bret
Hitman.
Hart. That's Bret Hart. Yeah. What about him?
yep.
What do you think?
This
I got a
was,
story when I first met him. He was one of my heroes.
Really?
Yeah,
It was,
Yeah,
it
Mr.
was in
Perfect.
'94. Yeah, because they were told when you go to TV, you got to be cool when you see these guys. Don't act
Yeah.
cool and everything. But when I saw Brett, my eyes got real big, and I stopped myself.
Did you
I said, "How
fanboy for just a split second?
Just a split second. I said, "How you doing?" And he kind of smiled. He said, "Hey." He kind of knew. He kind of knew. He was just like, "All right." He was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Yeah, but
Hey,
he was
Lou.
cool with me.
Lou.
Yo, what's up? What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? Hey. People think I'm fanboying you right now, so I was
I
gonna,
heard.
I was gonna,
I
I was gonna
heard.
give you the Bret Hart.
You got to play
hey.
it cool, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
Hey,
funny.
Lou, what's
I heard.
going on, Lou?
I heard. Yes. But
Yes.
just so you know, body count wise, I didn't have Ric Flair numbers. I wasn't that crazy.
Whoa.
Oh, you
Just-
you saw that post. Oh, Ric Flair.
time
He
I-
was
every time-
styling, profiling, and had
Yeah.
probably
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised he doesn't have something.
Oh, probably does.
you don't know
He
of.
probably does. We don't know of. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just
No,
like-
What
Bret
other ones do
Hart.
we have?
I was gonna say really quick. Bret Hart was one of my favorites to watch.
Mhm.
Hart Foundation, all that, loved it.
Mhm.
Let's go to the next one.
Who's that?
Who is it?
That's Brett and
Is that-
Sean.
Yeah.
Brett and
Yep.
Sean. Is that
Shawn
WrestleMania
Michaels.
'96
Ooh.
with the Iron
Do you
Man?
know,
think
Lana?
so.
I
I
know you
think so.
provided it. Shawn Michaels. I just remember one of my favorite tag teams was the Rockers.
Yeah, Michaels and
Shawn
Marty
Hart.
Michaels
Jannetty.
and Marty Jannetty. Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah.
This is
Those
WrestleMania
guys were
12.
rat magnets. Yeah, WrestleMania 12,
Oh,
96.
Was that the Iron
Definitely.
Man, like you said?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
awesome.
yeah. Sean was the only guy there that I thought was a jerk when at that
Oh.
time. He would admit to it. He would.
Yeah,
He's
that is
completely changed.
1996.
Yeah, at that time, late '90s. I was there during the Attitude Era.
Mm.
So
Ooh.
it was just he walked by you as if you weren't even there.
Um,
Honestly,
Wow.
that's just how he was.
Mhm.
And I just left it alone. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
yeah, that was it.
Right.
Well, moving
And
on.
then we've
Mhm.
got so
My,
this was
some of my three favorites to watch.
Hogan,
Hogan, Macho
Savage, and
Man,
Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Never worked with those guys.
5 through
They
8.
were WCW when I was at WWF. What's that?
Oh, okay.
WrestleMania 5 through 8. They were all the rage.
You know what's yeah, I'm glad you said that. You know what's so cool about that? Macho Man, WrestleMania 4 champion. Hogan, WrestleMania 5 champion. Ultimate Warrior, WrestleMania 6 champion, right there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which
yeah.
WrestleMania was it where it was Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat, and it was like one of the greatest matches
That was
ever?
3.
Oh, that was three. That was 3. And yeah, because the
was
4
three
was
in
the
Pontiac.
tournament. 4 was that tournament.
4 was the
that-
tournament. Yeah,
Yep.
that Savage went over. Yep.
Man.
Savage, the way he likes to put his matches together, he likes to plan everything out and
Yeah.
map it all out. Where Steamboat, he wasn't used to that, but he's one of the best ever. So it's
Mhm.
Steamboat's simple. So that match, yeah, amazing. Just it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Nathan, that's coming up next. That is so funny. That's the next slide, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Hogan and Andre. This was the money. This was the money.
Oh man, that was
slamming Andre the Giant.
I've got a great Andre the Giant story. If you want to hear it,
do share. I've heard I've heard he was a really nice guy.
Yes, he was. He liked to rib people. This was it. Because just to set this up, Charlie Fulton trained me, and he was a WWF guy in the 70s and early 80s. Johnny Rods you ever heard of him? Johnny Rods. He was a wrestler in the WWF too, and he trained guys. He trained a lot of guys. He trained Tommy Dreamer. He trained Taz. So he has a school in New York. And Johnny Rods' wife and Charlie Fulton's wife are sisters. So they're related by marriage. So when I went to Charlie's funeral in 2016, Johnny Rods' wife was there. Eileen was there. And she told me this Andre the Giant story in New York. She's in New York City. She's at a laundromat. And Johnny picked up Andre from the airport for the Madison Square Garden show. Mm-hmm. Next thing she knows, she hears this voice in the laundromat full of people hearing it's Andre the Giant walks in, goes, "Hey lady, where's my underwear?" 7'4", 500-pound, big afro, Andre the Giant. She's like, "Oh, hi, Andre." She went over and hugged him. That's like, awesome. Could you imagine like everybody like, what the hell? Just that was one of my favorite Andre stories.
That is so great.
That is Andre. Yeah.
That is so great.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And then we want to bring it to this weekend.
Yeah.
And talk about some highlights from this weekend.
Okay, sure.
All right,
Did you guys watch the entire weekend?
Yes. I did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And
Ripley.
Ripley was amazing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that to be honest, a lot of the female wrestlers, let's just be real, like through the years, they were always like just, very shapely, but one of the wrestlers back in the day, China, kind of paved the way for the women that were super strong and powerful. And now you have Rhea Ripley, now you have Bianca Belair, now you have Jade Cargill. And these women are killing it. And there's a lot of times now where I look forward to the women's matches more so than the men.
Yeah.
They're killing it, just like in basketball.
What did you think of that, the 6-man that they had? That was interesting. That was good.
That's good. I think we've got to pick that.
Yep, I think we do. Okay. Let's kind of go. We'll go down the line here. Let's see. We have Rocket and Roman.
Oh, that was the tag team with Cody and Seth.
Yep.
And then just showing that they won, which we knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
And there it is.
Oh yes, the ladder match. Yeah, that was the. I love R-Truth.
Yeah,
I love him.
R-Truth is great.
I love him.
He's been around forever too.
Yeah. He was trained by Manny Fernandez. Man, yeah, he's a good dude. Really,
Cleveland's own The Miz right there, getting it done.
Yes,
he's
gotta love that.
Parma.
Yep.
Parma.
That's what Ed said Saturday. He's like, "Look, Cleveland, we
won a championship. Hey,
we've done it again. Yeah, so show up at the parade."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see what else we got.
Then we've got
here.
Zayn.
I love that match. I love that.
I love the match. I actually like Gunther.
The ring general.
That reminds me. Sherry told me I have to tell you guys this story because did you get that sense it was an underdog story like the movie Rocky because it was in Philadelphia?
Yes, because I think Sami Zayn seems cool, but like he doesn't do it for me. I don't know.
It was more of an underdog type of thing. I think it was.
Totally.
I thought he was dead at a couple points. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Like Gunther is like deceivingly big. Like when I see him in the ring, he's just all legs, and I don't know. I enjoy watching him wrestle.
Yeah.
Ring general.
Just real quick, the story that Sherry wanted me to tell because it ties in with WrestleMania, ties in with Philadelphia because I was always a fan of the Rocky movies.
Yeah.
So I always told myself when I was young, I said, when I meet the right girl and I'm going to ask her to marry me, I'm going to do it exactly the way Rocky asked Adrian in Rocky 2. Let me tell you the story when I asked my wife, because I told this to Sherry because I had to get on the phone with her sister because she was talking to her sister that it was St. Patrick's Day 2012. She's on the phone with her sister, and they were talking through some whatever sister issues or whatever. She goes, "Hey, let me talk to Lou." It's like, "Hey, what's up?" She goes, "When are you going to make my sister into an honest woman?" And I'm like, "Sooner than you think." I had the ring in my pocket.
Oh, funny.
I was planning on asking her that day because I had the whole thing planned out. I was gonna do it in the park because we were walking the dog and everything. I was gonna stop at a favorite spot in the park, but she just didn't stop for some reason. So I waited till we got home, and I did it. So if you ever saw Rocky 2, do you know what I'm talking about? So I did it in the voice. It's just like, so I was kind of like wondering if you ain't like doing nothing for maybe the next 50 years or so. I was kind of like hoping that maybe me and you could get like a little bit married if you don't mind too much. And she looked at me.
Too much.
And she looked at me. She's like, "What?" Like she had no idea what the hell I just said. So I pulled out the ring, opened up, and said, "You want to get married?" And she just, I was on one knee. I was on one knee. And she thought I was like after something else. She thought I wanted something else.
Oh, wait,
of course. Yeah, well, that was later. That was later.
Right.
But so I opened it up and I saw,
Celebration.
and she went, yeah. She was like shocked. She had no idea what was going on.
That's a great
She was
story.
shocked. And then that's why I told that story to Sherry of the Friday night show. And she just looked at me. She went, "That is so romantic." She thought it was so romantic. I just said, "Hey." So anyway, that's why it ties in.
That's great.
Nice.
No,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is good.
Next picture.
Go ahead. Next picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this was
Jason
the
Kelce.
Jason Kelce.
Jason
That was pretty
Kelce and
funny.
the other Eagles player. That is funny.
He like everywhere or what
He
anymore?
just likes to
Because-
take his shirt off.
Yeah,
He
just has his
does.
clothes off.
He's probably a lot of fun to drink with at a
He
football
probably
game.
is.
Could imagine.
For sure.
I'd have a blast with him at section 503 all the way up at the top. That's what I said. Dude, I said, that's what I like the seats with Harvey because we're just like, we were covered during the Cincinnati game. Everybody else is getting rained on. We're like, oh, we're good.
We're fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
But that is so funny. What do we have next?
Oh, next, the ladies.
That
Man.
was
This match,
I
yes.
was
like
so
this one.
excited to see Jade Cargill. It was one of those
Me
things
too.
where WWE was dragging this shit out to where I was like, when is Jade gonna wrestle?
right.
Yeah. You know, because
You're right,
I actually went to a
Nate.
couple of AEW shows and I missed Jade every time.
Yeah.
But now, man.
Nate, you're right. With Buffalo video of Kelsey was legendary. Yes.
Oh yeah, that was a great video.
I think Taylor
was
Swift
great.
didn't know what to do.
Right.
She's going to be coming to Cleveland, if they're still together.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard they're in Cleveland. Like recently, they've been like I think I saw something on TMZ where Travis Kelce went to a local pizza shop.
Oh
in
yeah,
Cleveland
he was here
and
for a
then-
weekend.
and then took the pizza. The rumor is he took the pizza to her because
Oh,
man.
Oh,
You know how that goes.
She could gain a few pounds. I think that's
right.
Put some meat on those bones there.
Right.
Well, that was day one.
So here we go.
The only match I didn't like in day one, I thought the Usos brothers. That would look.
Yeah.
That one kind of slowed down, and I was like, "Oh, let me go."
Yeah. That one. Just I was texting Corey throughout the whole thing. I was like, "This seems off."
That's why I didn't even include that one.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
They need to get back together. They need to get back together.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put in the good ones.
Yeah. But second night, man, I thought, wow, that was.
Oh,
really
second night. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. This
was great. This is great.
I lost my shit that whole segment.
Okay,
I was
he's
like,
wearing
I
a
don't know.
hoodie. He's covering himself for a reason, just so you know. Just so you know, he's old. He's like 10 years. He's like 60, and he's just
and he's still doing it.
Okay, do you remember the '96 SummerSlam when it was in
have
Cleveland?
to refresh my memory.
You remember when it was in Cleveland? They did the boiler room match with Undertaker and Mankind, Mick Foley.
Yeah, now I do. I didn't remember.
Okay.
I didn't know where it was. But I do remember that match. Yes.
Okay. Do you remember when the Druids came out and carried off the Undertaker?
Those were scary. Yeah,
I was one of them.
Were you really? Those were
Yeah.
I was scared. Like those are scary. Like that whole thing.
No. Mark was just like, "Don't drink tonight. I need you guys to carry me." That's all he said to me. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, Mark was great.
He had,
great
man.
guy.
Oh man,
that's an amazing story.
Mark Merrill. Yeah, Mark Merrill was probably one of the best human beings there too. Al Snow, as good. I consider him a great.
Al Snow, he does OVW wrestling now, and I had Mr. Spectacular, Jesse Goddard's on. One of my show, and Mr. Spectacular, like I said, great guy. He's on a bunch of reality TV and stuff like that. But OVW, Al Snow, he runs that thing.
Did you see the Netflix series Wrestlers?
Yeah, I want Wrestlers. Yeah, that's when I had him on.
Check it out on Netflix.
Yep.
It's like it's Al Snow running Ohio Valley Wrestling.
And then they had him wrestle at the end. It was cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, Al is a great guy. He's a great. I mean,
head.
Blue
I want head. Lou, I want head.
Don't we all? So the Blue Meanie.
Yes,
you know who? Yeah, he's a good friend, Brian. I knew Brian when he was wrestling as Brian Rollins before he became the Meanie. Yeah, I've known Brian. He impressed me because he was such a big guy and how well he moved. So, but anyway, sorry, we got off track.
That's okay.
That's okay.
And of course, then you got John Cena coming out.
Okay. My wife said he had a bald spot.
He does.
He does.
My husband called it out too.
Yeah, he does.
Well, my wife cannot watch wrestling with me. She can't because because I know what's coming. I could tell her what's happening.
Yeah, you just got to keep.
Yeah,
I'm not. My husband isn't a former pro wrestler, but he calls out all the moves.
James
while I'm sitting there.
knows.
I'm like, damn,
You're like,
you.
zip it.
He's just like, shut up.
He does.
Right?
You know that, James.
Well, it was. I guess the first night. She's like, the second night she's in another room watching something else. I was like, all right.
That's the best night.
Yeah, it's like, I was like, all right. I said,
second night was the best night.
That was the best night.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, and
Obviously.
even better, the night was even better because of this guy.
Okay.
Ricky Stadnicki.
We need to hire him as a full-time commentator. So I was cracking up when they brought the tables out. He goes, Snoops, and if you can hear him, he's like, that's a family reunion table. He's like, Grandma's going to be mad if you break her table. And I was like sobbing, laughing. I was cracking up.
There was one. It broke when they set it up. It just broke. Wasn't that in that match? Was that in that match? I remember it was one of them. Yeah.
Because they're supposed to give, aren't they? Like in the
those are props.
I
mean, who pulls out a random like buffet table out the bottom of the ring or a kendo stick?
Yes,
I love it though.
You know who Quincy Carrier is? Does the YouTubing with
I do. I know.
Yeah, he was on Twitter talking about getting hit by a kendo stick, and I just replied. I said, "It doesn't feel good." So and he gave me like mad props and respect. He's like, "Respect to you, Lou." I was like, "No problem, man. That shit hurts. That shit hurts."
You've done the kendo stick then.
Yes. So,
what's God, next? What do we have next? Oh, Bailey beat Io Sky. That was kind of like a redemption match.
Yep.
Because they were part of
Damage Control.
Oh,
Damage Control.
Yeah,
I was
Bailey.
like, oh, that's the
Bailey.
wine not allowing me to remember.
I like this match because people. If you ever notice, like people would get behind somebody in an underdog type of story, and she was selling the leg. And one of the things that made Hogan so like popular was that he was a big guy that could sell, and the crowd would get behind him. People got behind her. The crowd got behind her.
Yeah, she definitely. But I think she's a great wrestler, and Io Sky is super athletic. So I think that was a good match. I enjoyed watching.
That was one of my favorite ones.
And
the main event was great too.
Yeah. Yep, that was redemption for her. And that story or that book has closed on Damage Control, so we'll see where that goes. And then this match,
Cleveland, Westlake,
Mr. Westlake. No, I think that Jake Paul or Logan. That's Logan Paul, right?
Yep.
Logan. Right? Jake Paul is the one that likes to box.
Mike Tyson coming up.
That's gonna be.
I actually am very impressed with him. You know, everybody looks at this guy and they're like, he's just a goddamn YouTuber that just wants a spotlight. But this guy took wrestling seriously, and he is so athletic. And I mean, some of the moves that he's pulling. Oh my God, I'm very impressed with him.
He got trained, and he was broken in properly. Yeah, I could tell. You could tell when you watch somebody in the ring if they know what they're doing or not. He knows what he's doing. Absolutely.
Yeah. What do you think, Ed?
You know, like I wish Cleveland. This is my message to Cleveland. Start embracing these guys. Like I know Logan and Jake Paul and some of these celebs out of Cleveland. Maybe they're annoying. I'm annoying. I'm not as famous as they are. They're doing stuff for Cleveland. They're representing. How can you not get behind this guy? This guy is so athletic. He flies off the ring. He's like the next Superfly Snuka.
Yes.
Were any of you at the Jacksonville game? The Jacksonville Jaguars game?
I was. Yeah.
I was not.
You remember who broke the guitar?
Yes.
Johnny Gargano. I knew him.
He's another
I knew him back when he was breaking in at Cleveland All Pro Wrestling like 18 years ago.
That's right. I forgot about
funny
that.
story, because I'm like standing there with Harvey, and there's a guy in front of us who's going, "What's with Cleveland and a bunch of pro wrestlers, like a pro wrestling factory?" And like, and
Ohio
Harvey,
Valley Wrestling, right?
yeah. And Harvey kind of looked at me and goes, "Should I say something?" I said, "No, I don't."
Stay quiet.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm fine. Well, Eric, the Viking Raiders.
Oh yeah, Eric. Yeah, I know.
I trained him.
Oh, wow.
Okay, because Valhalla.
Yeah, it was Ray Rowe. Ray Rowe. Yeah, Ray Rowe. He went to St. Ignatius High School.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
And then, is there our last one coming up? I think?
Yeah,
there a
give
last
me
one?
just a second. Let's see.
That was a
We
good match, though. That
have-
three-way, that was a good match.
That was
I
a
liked
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes.
Oh, this is it. Cody Rhodes.
Yay!
I
Okay.
mean, okay, for me, the fact I watched the
Lana's all happy.
documentary with
I knew Lana was going to be happy.
yeah, Dusty
She
Rhodes.
she wasn't
not
as happy since she
winning.
met Kevin Stefanski.
Right?
But yeah, honestly, like seeing Cody win was actually, being a wrestling fan, it was really awesome to see him win, considering it was like the first win in his family and everything, and
Mhm.
super emotional for him.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful moment for anybody that loves wrestling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like younger
Yeah.
fans probably don't know the history with his father. His father
Right.
is one of the biggest
Dusty
stars in
Rhodes.
the business.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
The
American.
magazines at the Ruth that well, I knew
Oh.
Dustin. I never worked with or met with Cody.
Really?
But I worked with he was Gold Dust at the time.
Well, that's right.
When he
Gold
was-
Dust.
Gold Dust.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Gold
He did
Dust
that.
and Stardust.
I did too.
Okay, Gold Dust Stardust. When they were the tag team, I totally love that theme music. I just had to throw that out there. That was
Yeah.
so.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, I always think about this. Is it ever about the championship itself, or is it the journey to it
I
that
think it's
draws
the
the money?
journey.
It's
It's
the
the journey.
journey. It's the
It's
journey.
totally the journey.
When the Cleveland Browns win the Super Bowl,
Oh my God.
that celebration
be like-
downtown will make the Cavs 2016 celebration
like
look like
pale
an
as
intimate
a kid.
gathering of
Oh.
family and friends. This town will blow the roof off.
It's
We
gonna
will
blow
party
up.
for weeks. It's going to blow up. And I am not afraid to say I wouldn't be surprised if it happens in the next 2 or 3 years. I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if
We have a really good head coach.
we have a good
Oh,
besides
I'm
the coach.
sure,
Besides,
Lana.
yeah, sure, Lana. Besides the coach, it's the team.
Yeah.
Okay, let's. I'm going to go a little bit on Browns. I'm just going to say this.
Yeah.
With PJ Walker at quarterback, we beat the number 1 seed San Francisco 49ers that took the Chiefs to the Super Bowl. We beat the Baltimore Ravens on the road with a quarterback with a high ankle sprain and a
Mhm.
broken shoulder. This is a good team without Nick Chubb for almost the whole season.
Right?
Yeah,
We
Jerome
can-
Ford
we-
really
we
stepped
want-
it up.
We
Mhm.
won 11 games. We made the playoffs while resting players in the last week with
Mhm.
so many guys on IR.
Yeah.
We were down to our 4th and 5th tackles. Guys, we have a good team. We'll just hope they stay healthy and things go our way a little
We just
bit.
need him to stay healthy.
You know what it is? Here's what I'll say, Lou. Here's what my thing is this. To me, what stops the Browns is what stops the Guardians and what stopped the Cavs up until 2016. It's that Cleveland thing. It's like the Cody Rhodes thing.
cursed.
Until I see them do it. Until
No.
I see them
No.
do it.
Well, they did it in 2016.
I
Shut
know,
the fuck
but,
up.
But until I
No. Shut the fuck up.
Don't
right
put
now.
it out there, Ed.
Don't put it out there. Get that bullshit out of your head. If you go through your life thinking you're a loser, guess what? That's all you'll fucking be. Stop
Yeah.
it right now.
Okay.
This team, this
Lou
this
is
team
gonna
is
come
built to
wrestle you,
win.
Ed.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Promo time here.
Oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. I like it.
Okay, Nate, get him, Lou.
That's
No,
fine.
Yeah.
we're Cleveland. We don't
We're
have
gonna-
anything. We can't have nice things. Shut the fuck
I
up.
agree
I'm
with
sick
you.
of it.
Lou,
I
Lou.
fucking had it.
It's
I'm
glad-
that. It's
I'm glad
that
you said- I'm glad-
mentality.
It's
for
that
the
mentality
past
that keeps
40
you
years.
down.
Well, that's
It
my
keeps you
point.
down. Stop
But
it.
But
Don't
that's
even
my-
fucking say it. Shut up.
That's my point, though. I get on X all the time.
I
and
wish
see-
Yvette was here. She'd beat him
and
up
I
for me.
see, I see all these people, saying this, saying that about like Cleveland and stuff like that. But here's the thing: you got to stop settling for mediocrity. Like, here's the thing: like even last year, 11-6.
That's why we got rid of Baker Mayfield.
Exactly. It was
Right.
it's been a failure unless you win it all, and that's why.
Yeah.
And all these people
There's
cheerleading about this Deshaun thing and about this or that. Let's just win it on the field. Let's stop winning in the off season and start winning it on the field.
They didn't have to do a lot in this offseason.
I
They made
know
Jerry
that.
Jeudy
I
trade.
agree.
Yeah, there's a reason why. I mean, you're seeing Justin Hardy And it's like, yeah, he's a back end roster guy. Great.
If we stay healthy this year, we should be.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean,
a healthy
seriously,
roster is a Super Bowl team.
yeah, it is. It is. I'm not blowing smoke.
If
I'm
we
not
could make it to
fanboying.
the
I'm not
AFC Championship with Baker Mayfield, or the game right before and
we should have won that game.
That head-on move by Sorensen. Fuck him, by the way.
Yeah.
But if we were one game off of the AFC Championship with Baker Mayfield, what can we do with a healthy Browns roster right now?
And injuries happen throughout every team throughout the year. Injuries happen. You work through them. But I'm just saying, like, guys, and we'll see. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get too angry.
No, you gotta let it out, Lou.
I'm just like, I'm writing articles. I'm hearing people message me and comment. And I'm like, really? I mean, are we done here? Are we done? I mean, name me another
Debbie Downer.
Yeah, name me another fan base to fight to keep their team and win. Who else did that?
Columbus Crew, and we won the championship twice since we've done that. That's it.
Yes, but we were the first ones to do it in '95. We did it in '95. Yeah, we did. I was 22. Yeah. I remember when that happened.
I was 15 and it hurt.
You were 15. Yeah, so I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah. Older.
Yeah, you want me to go back to ring rat stories now?
No.
Hey, I'm down. No. Let's talk.
If it beats you dropping me through a table, Lou, let's talk about
it tops the Eclipse story. I'll tell you that. No, there was one time with a midget, but we'll go.
Stop!
Oh my God, midget wrestling. That's
no, it wasn't a wrestling match.
Oh,
it
was, but it wasn't that type of match.
He's talking naked wrestling.
Yes. My wife knows about that story too.
Okay.
So.
Dear God, Lou,
no,
I'm gonna have to DM you later.
But the body count, does that count as a half or is it a hole there?
That was a hole. That was a hole. Well, I sat down in the body count and I said, I said to her,
he said 279 and a half.
What should I quote? Let me ask you. Now, does oral count?
Oh.
And she said yes. And I said double it. That's what I told her. I just went double it. And she went, really? I was like, yeah. And I said double it because there's it's just is what it was. Yeah, sorry to do that.
It is what it is, Lou.
It is what it is. Well, what are you gonna do?
At least you're being honest.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the truth comes out eventually.
Like Al Snow said, we want head.
We want head. Yes,
that's right.
But it's always fun.
Are we going to move on to my? Now you guys are going to be subject to me now talking about my health and wellness thing.
Oh,
look.
After that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And
now I'm going to kick it off by saying, practice safe relations, as we were just talking about.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Natural transition.
Did I just segue into that? Did I just segue into that?
I feel like I need to put that out there right now. No, so I put this poll up because I wanted to know. We're going to do this once a month, and you guys just happen to fall in when we do this. But
mental health after midget talk,
right? Mental health won out over fitness, workout tips, nutrition guidance. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. And so April is Stress Awareness Month. So I thought, okay, that kind of falls in with our mental health, people that are interested in that. So just some tips on reducing stress I want to talk about. And we need them right now because Lou just got very, very worked up.
He was fine. I thought he was fine.
I could go rub one out.
That's okay.
Daily.
Did you hear what I just said?
Of daily movements will help reduce
like I just said, I could go rub one out.
Exactly. That's movement.
So, any movement is good movement, Lou.
Yes,
that's right. Even stretching.
Well, since Italians talk with their hands, it's considered oral sex.
Oh, okay, nice.
It is.
Go ahead. I can't believe I just said that.
I should have known I could never do this segment with you two on here.
I know. I mean,
Nate, that's a good question.
Yeah, so, let's get on topic here.
Then Nate, exercise, stopping, go work out, whatever, then getting back to it. Staying connected to people that make you laugh, make you happy, spend time with those people. Setting boundaries, saying no is okay, and protecting your time. I love the heart.
We're gonna party. Ed and I are gonna party together.
I want to be there.
You want to be there?
Same.
Just He'll be like, "You got a problem? I'm here."
Yeah,
I can just see it
That's
now.
right.
I'm like, "Oh shit, I got to fight."
I'm
It's
sorry,
like,
Lou. I'm sorry.
go
Yes,
ahead,
you
go
guys
ahead,
would have a
Lana.
good time together.
Oh yeah, we would.
Um, yeah, and so last but not least, just resting, making sure that you're getting your rest in too. It's important, keeping a good sleep schedule, all that's good.
Yeah.
So ways to ward off stress in
Oh
April,
yeah,
since that is our topic
absolutely.
for the month.
Actually, well, the exercise, the nutrition, all goes into with mental health because
It
what you
does.
eat in
Mhm.
your diet, absolutely.
Any kind of
Absolutely.
movement too. You don't have to sit there and run a marathon. Go
No,
on a walk.
Yeah,
right. Well,
the
and
weather's beautiful outside.
it's
Mhm.
Yeah,
so great. It's so great.
Lou,
And
when
the
you were
one
wrestling, Lou, did they promote mental? Like, I know it was back in, what I'm saying. Did they
oh,
promote like like they do
no,
now?
no,
No.
no, no. You
back
just
then they probably didn't really
No.
no. I pretty much you'd
like
have. I'd
stress.
had you know how many concussions I had, and then I would just like drink a
Suck it
beer
up, right?
with a handful of Advil until it went away, and then go back and do it
And
again.
that's actually like the subdued way. Like other
Yeah,
guys would actually drink a bunch of beers and take some oxycodone and call it a night.
or call
Or
it
Mhm.
the sumas and all that stuff.
oh
I'm like,
yeah.
well,
Mhm.
there's so many drugs I've seen, and I'm like, I didn't do the drugs. I drank the beers, and I
Did
had
they
other
test
libations.
for steroids back in the day?
No,
And
no,
no, now they do.
None of
Okay,
that
because I was
now they
gonna
started
do.
say,
until
then
for a
you
while.
have a pill addiction, roid rage.
Yeah, all
I
They
that.
mean, like,
they no, they did what they did back then. If it, I remember Marty Jannetty was in the locker room and he was
Mhm.
sleeping, and a couple of the guys woke him up and said, "Don't do that here because we'll all get drug tested."
Oh wow.
And so you know what he did? He went into his car and he slept, and they couldn't find him.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Oh,
couldn't. They
yeah.
were, have you seen
Jeff
Marty? Like,
Hardy
no.
is another one.
Who
Yeah.
Yeah,
was?
Yeah,
right.
Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I know Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Jeff and
in
Matt.
AEW now, and I've seen him live a couple of times, and he looks
Mhm.
kind of rough. I mean,
Well, they'll do it
takes
to
a
you.
toll.
Well,
Right.
just so you know,
Exactly.
another thing I wanted to say too is I don't wrestle anymore for a reason because I left after the first trimester of our first child.
Yeah.
My wife was pregnant with our first, and we didn't even know if it was a boy or a girl yet.
Mhm.
And I said, when it's time to be home and be a dad, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to be on the road
Mhm.
anymore. I'm not going to do that. I'll find something else.
Mhm.
I work my corporate job now, and I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
But that's why if you see a lot of these stories, like it's so hard to maintain a relationship with
It
somebody
is.
when you're traveling a lot. My
Yeah.
wife is amazing. I love her. She's absolutely perfect for me because she actually keeps me
Mhm.
in check.
Mhm.
So,
So
and go ahead, Lana.
no,
What
go
were you
ahead. You
well, and I said when it's time to be a dad and be a husband, that's what I
Mhm.
made the choice to do. So just
That's
that just to
amazing.
be, I did, yeah, I gave up wrestling for family,
No,
essentially.
that's
So
wonderful.
then the second one came along, and I swear to God, that child is me. She's Callista. She was
Tiny
born.
you.
She was born on my birthday. Oh, my wife loves it. She's dying. Because she's just like
Yeah.
It's
she's
your
a little
mini you.
smart. Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
little smart ass. Yeah,
And
she's
one of the things on the list that I think I kind of just said it really quickly, but I want to bounce back to because you're making a good point here, is it says, spending time with those that, make you feel good,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But also
family.
too setting those boundaries with others or whatever. And a couple weeks ago, I had a day and it was like, you know what? Today I'm going to keep my phone in my purse and I'm going to concentrate on where I'm at right now. And it was like the best, and I knew that if something happened, someone could call and it would come through my watch. Like if my son needed me or my mom needed me, I'll know if they're trying to reach me. You know what I mean? But there was nothing more important at that moment in my phone, and it was
Yeah,
the best day.
Just
It
disconnecting.
was the best day. I concentrated on one person and
that's
just, it was like
That's
the
me. I
best time.
sent you all those reels. I'm sorry. I
No,
sent you all those reels.
Lou
That
sends
was
me
me.
the
That was
best.
me.
Lou
I have a
sends me the
friend.
best reels ever.
I have a
Um,
friend that sends me stuff. I can't even tell you what he sends me. So I'm like, whoa, dude.
They're
I'm like,
so hilarious. But next too, I have something that I need to tell you guys. I want to talk to you guys about.
you are the father. What?
No
Yes,
shit.
you both are the father. I'm just kidding.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
What a show.
yeah, this is really good. Um, I I found this out a little while ago. I've been sitting on it. I told like two people, and then I just finally told
Okay.
these guys this week.
Uh-oh.
But
What?
someone
Let's,
nominated me for a
Oh,
cover of a magazine.
is that you?
No, that's not me.
Yeah.
But if you read,
Wow.
I've been hand selected. I'm in the running to appear on the cover of this magazine.
Awesome. That's awesome,
Yes.
Lana.
So
Yeah,
on
Luke.
May 6th, yes, thank you.
You could be Kevin Stefanski's cover girl.
That's right. I'm gonna
Go for
deliver.
two.
I'm gonna deliver it to him. Actually,
Make him sign it. Make him sign it. He'll do
that's
it.
right.
Yeah.
I'll sign it for him.
Here you go. Here you go. This is for you.
This is for you, Kev. So May 6th starts like voting for it. So
Yeah.
I'll put it out there. Everybody has to vote and make
Yes.
sure that I win.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Put it
Spread
out
the
there. Send me the
word.
link. I will spread the word.
Yeah.
I will promote the shit out of it, Lana.
I know.
know,
I
Oh yeah,
know.
we want Lana to win, and then
Yeah, we want Lana
then
to
you
win.
could
That'd
go.
be
You could
awesome.
do like a cover signing or something
Yeah.
for a live
Yes,
podcast.
that'd be
That would be sweet.
amazing.
Yeah,
So that was my big news. I kind of teased it out there
That's
that
that is so awesome.
awesome.
I kind
Congratulations.
of sat on
Congratulations,
it for
Lana.
a few days because I've just been kind of unsure. They sent me. I had to interview with them, so I did my interview with them, and so now I just kind of wait until May 6th till it all opens up, and we'll see what happens. But
Yes, send me the link. Absolutely.
I
I'll make-
will.
I'll
I
do it.
will.
Wow.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
So I mean,
supporting
since
me.
we are celebrating
freeballing
Lana
there.
right now,
Oh,
Lana has a birthday coming up.
I
Oh,
Cheers.
do on Saturday.
21st
And-
birthday coming up. I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes. No, you know what's funny is I actually call it when I turned like what was it? When I turned like 42, I said it was like the 21st anniversary of my 21st birthday.
Well, that's
So I kind of like I call it like every year I kind of like call it an anniversary date. But no, Lana, we would
Yes.
love to give you a little tribute since your birthday
Oh.
falls on an off week of our episodes, and
Yes.
Ed was so gracious
yeah.
in
Oh, no.
providing us with a happy birthday video.
Okay, but after that,
Thank you.
somebody actually has a birthday today that we need to acknowledge.
Okay. Acknowledge. We will acknowledge. We will acknowledge.
We'll acknowledge after this video.
After this video,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
All right,
That's
let's
fun,
go
Bud.
for it.
This
Oh,
is your
dude.
boy, Ed in Columbus, wanting to wish Lana a very special happy birthday.
Ed, awesome.
Happy birthday to you. This is your day. On this day for you, we're gonna love you in every way. This is your day, your day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lana.
Oh, Ed, I love it. 10 out
Oh,
of 10.
Yeah. It hurt my ears. Hey, Lou, it hurt my ears too. Okay,
Yeah.
it hurt my ears
It's
too.
okay.
Asshole
but
with
it's
microphone.
good pain, Ed. It's good pain. It's a good pain.
Thank you.
So, Lou, who's your shout out, Lou?
Spider.
Oh,
That's
Donovan
right.
Mitchell. Donovan
Iron's birthday today.
No,
I
no,
remember,
not Donovan
I
Mitchell. Not
did
Donovan
tweet
Mitchell.
out.
No, Charles, Brown Spider.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
better. Even better.
Yeah,
The
it's today's his
infamous
birthday.
brown
Today's his
spider.
I
birthday.
posted for him too and totally.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
I said we're on the show. I
Early
said
in the
I was
morning
meaning
after
I
a
was,
wake
I
and
was
bake.
yeah, after wake and bake.
Oh my
Hey, now.
gosh. That's
Jeez.
that was like the greatest video.
That was awesome. Lana's crying.
Oh.
She's so
I'm like
touched.
crying laughing because it's so great.
Well, I know you love New Kids on the Block, and I had to throw that in there. So.
Who
I
doesn't
love
love,
it.
New Kids? I mean,
I
back in
love
the
it.
day, I mean, you know.
NKOT.
No,
Lou, you'll get one.
I-
When's your birthday, Lou? I'll get you one for you.
June 19th.
June 9th. Okay.
June
Oh,
19th.
it's coming up. Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
a-
I can see that.
Hanging
I'm a
tough
Gemini.
or what?
Hanging tough? Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
You're actually gonna sing New Kids on the Block to me? Okay.
Yeah.
You would.
Oh goodness.
Whatever
I'll
you
sing New Kids
whatever
on the
makes
Block.
you don't slam me through a table.
I had a list of pickup lines, but
Oh my
that's so
God.
funny.
Okay. Don't
And
sing.
I,
me
I,
through a
I
table.
wrote a bunch of jokes. It's okay.
That is so funny. Before we let everyone go, a couple other things real quick. Golf events. We have 2. May 11th, we're going to West Bank in the flats
Yes.
to have a little just practice. And then August 16th is our Copper Top golf outing.
That is my wife's birthday.
Bring her to the golf.
Happy birthday to
Yes, you got to sing to her. You got to sing
Yes,
to her.
we'll sing.
She'll be like,
We'll sing. And Yvette is recording a podcast tomorrow on the NFL draft. I think probably talk some fantasy talk too. I'm
Yes.
assuming she's
Yes.
recording that. I'm not sure when she's going to post it, but she is going to record that.
Be on the lookout for it.
Be on the lookout
yeah,
too
look
for
out for that.
Burning River Browns Talk Friday night. Sherry and I are planning to go live for round 2 Friday night.
Oh,
nice.
double.
Nice.
Ed, what do you have going on?
Do a marathon.
Normal stuff. Dog chug tomorrow, 10 o'clock. And I'll be there. So
I gotta tell you, I really appreciated this. I just like to be let loose and just do my shit. So it's fun.
you got to come on the dog chug then. We'll
Yeah,
get
yeah, because I had if I was a
Let
guy
loose.
sliding in, let loose. Yeah, I was a little bit. Sherry will tell you. So, but I had like a list of like pickup lines that you can get in your DMs. That's what I was doing if I was like going to slide in somebody's DMs. What would I say? Holy shit, we lost Lana.
Sorry.
Lou,
I just hit my computer.
You slide head first.
How many drinks have you had, Lana?
Yeah, God, Lana.
You'd think I'd be the one knocking shit over after this glass of wine.
Watermelon high.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's good.
Like,
it's tasty.
Yeah, because if I would have, because you ladies, you guys are like the creepiest DMs, and these guys are not creative. I was I was gonna say it like this is how you be creative when you want to slide in a woman's DMs. And it was just ideas, and I just like I would have if I would have, because Yvette always complains about getting DMs, like, because if I need to ask her anything. I just tag her. Yeah, you probably just get it just as bad too. I just like when I got a question to ask Yvette, I just like tag her in a tweet and she'll answer. So
yeah,
that's what I do, because I know DMs will get lost in there. But like for instance, if I was gonna because the best pickup line I ever had given to me that left me speechless, a girl came up to me. I was at a bar and a girl came up to me, put both of her hands around my biceps, and asked me if I was this big everywhere.
Oh my God, gross.
Yeah, I was like, well, it depends on.
Well, did you show her later or what?
No.
Like, are you? Because that might not.
I just kind of went. Depends on how excited I get. That's really what I was going to say. But no, because I said if I would have slid into DMs, I would say something like, well, if Beauty and Charm were a bakery, I would wait in line for your tasty buns.
Well,
That one. If being hot were gym equipment, I would wipe you down when I'm done with you.
Oh my gosh.
Lana, you like that one?
You like that one? Oh, what was it? Last time I saw a pair of jugs like that, hillbillies were blowing in them. And well, what was
oh my gosh.
What?
Nothing. I'm
No,
just
this is
laughing.
we were.
I had one more here. Hang on. If God, you guys are making me laugh. No, that's pretty much it. So
that's a good one to end on.
Lovely.
I mean,
that was just lovely. Yeah.
I would totally reply back to you.
Here it is. Yeah, I said, Lysandra, if you were any hotter, I'd have to wear oven mitts just to touch you.
Ooh.
Oh, that's actually kind of cute.
So, but yeah, that's true. That's a true story. That was,
Lou's helping the brothers out there.
I am a sucker for a cheesy pickup line and a really bad pun.
That was a really good.
You know what my wife said to me when she met me, because I had a mohawk at the time, and I was wearing an Ohio State jersey. She walked up to me. She was like, "You look like an ultimate fighter." That's what she said to me. I said, "Actually, I'm a wrestler."
Oh, actually,
actually,
makes a lot of sense.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's what it was. But anyway.
Well, great. Well, thank you guys for coming on.
Thanks for letting me tell my stupid jokes.
Yeah. No, we love all of your jokes. They're not stupid. But no, we loved having you both on, and
absolutely
wrapping up Wrestlemania. That was so amazing this weekend.
Oh, that was a blast. This whole weekend was a blast.
It was just so good.
The Eclipse just kept it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Top it off with Guardians home opener, the Eclipse. It was all good stuff.
The best weekend ever for Cleveland.
It really was. It really was.
Not until we win our championship, though. We'll win it, right, Lou?
2016. Yes, we will. In 2016, that was my 43rd birthday. It was my first Father's Day. Isabella was baptized that day, and the Cavs beat the Golden State Warriors in Game 7 of the NBA
That's
Finals.
the best day ever, right there.
That was for me. Yeah, I turned 43. Yeah, and then a year later, my second one was born on my birthday. Yeah, we share a birthday with my second. I only have two that I know about. So
we haven't heard from all the rats.
The rats haven't chimed in yet.
I actually said that because when she was born, she was assisted birth because she had the umbilical cord around her,
Uh-huh.
and they had to do something to get her to cry because she didn't cry right away. But it might have been like
What's
20
scary?
or 30. It was
Yeah.
scary, but then I was like,
That's
oh,
good.
okay, I was relieved. And then the nurse in the put her hand on my shoulder. She says, "Is this your first?" My wife's like, "It's our second." I'm like, "It's the second one that I know about." And the whole room laughed. She was just like,
Oh my
I've
god.
used that joke before. Yeah, she knows that.
That's
Well,
funny.
the first one was a week late,
Oh,
and they were concerned because she was a 9-pound, 9-ounce baby.
Mish.
Oh.
Yeah, well, because she was a week late, and we kept getting all these crazy stories about how you reduce labor, like eat pizza, go for walks,
Mhm.
do all this. I sat there with the doctor, and I was like, "Well, what works? What do you do?" She goes, "You need to have sex. You
I've
need to have
heard that.
I've
intercourse."
heard that
Have a
too.
Yeah.
really good
Well,
sweaty session.
see, yeah, and she said, "You need to have sex." So I looked at her and I said, "Okay, just to make sure I understand you correctly, it's with her, right?"
Lou.
Well,
That's a legitimate question, Lou. That's
That
a
is- yeah,
legitimate
that-
That
question.
is legitimate,
It's
but
do I
legitimate.
have to answer a Craigslist ad?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Right.
I mean,
No.
Right.
she hit me in
No,
the
you're
arm for that one.
supposed
Oh
She
my
hit me in the arm.
gosh.
She's like,
Yeah, she did.
asshole. But the doctor laughed her ass off.
Oh
She
my
thought it was hilarious.
lord.
That was good.
That's
Come on.
good.
What would you have done if your husband would have done that while you're sitting there like 9
That's
months
something
pregnant?
my husband would have said.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that. You
I
all
would love
gotta
to meet your
meet.
husband.
It's one
Yeah,
thing
we're
to
gonna
say.
meet.
You know,
It's
I'm
one
gonna
thing
have
to
him come up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should hang out because I've yet to meet you in person. And the first time I met Lysandra, I was actually taking up for her because I said real men don't do this because guys were being creepy on Twitter. And you're like, you remember that? Like, it was years
Yeah,
ago.
it's been a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I said real men
You
don't do
stood up
this.
for me and it was like somebody
Oh,
was
that
being
was
really
nice.
Yeah.
No, I consider you guys, well, even you too, Ed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lou.
Well, I consider us on Brown's Twitter. I consider us kind of familial, kind of a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I consider Sherry that. I consider you guys friends and colleagues, and I'll stand up for any of you. And based on other things that have happened behind the scenes, that includes Heather, and includes Sherry. I will be there for you guys because and Lana is like our Italian mother that bakes cookies.
Yes. I am. I'm the
Oh my
Italian
God.
mom of
You're the
Brown's Twitter.
Italian mom,
That
yes, yes.
overcooks and overfeeds everybody.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. You got
I will overfeed you.
Sunday
love it.
sauce at Lana's.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be amazing.
I can get out there
That's
in
fun.
August. Are you gonna overfeed me? Because
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm so
You're
ready.
ready?
I'll make you.
You're
I'll
ready?
make sauce for you and cookies.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes, that's right. That's right.
ooh, awesome. Well, thank you for having me on, guys. I love it. Thank
Of
you.
course, yeah.
So,
love you
Thank
guys.
And before we sign off, always a reminder
Sherry.
to follow us on YouTube, subscribe at the Real Squad Pod on X and on Facebook.
There,
We gotta do
look,
that.
see now we do the crawl at the end of the show.
Yeah,
You, do the
I
crawl.
told you guys.
You do the crawl at the fucking end of the
We
show.
got 2 words for you.
Yes.
Squad pod.
Energy
Yep.
drinks, and boner pills.
There you
That's
go.
That's good health.
That
That's-
is Lou's secret
That's
to
Lou's secret sauce, everyone. Just so
longevity.
you know.
Energy-
Some Mountain Dew.
Oh no, I'm talking Red Bull. That Mountain Dew's amateur
Ooh.
shit.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty amateur if you haven't noticed, Lou.
No, Bang's pretty good too, but it has two different.
Bang. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
that's good stuff. But
Well, thank you guys. Have a great night, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yes.
all right. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.